係，我係 Derric Chew，多謝嚟我個 YouTube Channel。一直以嚟，我都好相信成功係需要到一個準確嘅心態同思維。今日好開心可以訪問到 Dato Dr Skin Specialist 嘅創辦人 Dato Dr Chung Beng， 聽下佢嘅成功之道同做人嘅心態同思維。Let's go。Hi, Derric Chew here, the author of Mindset Worth Millions. 心態值千萬. What a great day today, being able to meet up with Dato Dr Chung Beng, one of the well-known skin specialists in Malaysia with more than 20 years of experience, with combined total of more than 30 outlets in Malaysia and Indonesia. Dr. Ko, thanks for taking time to meet me today.
My pleasure.
Yep. Let's start by exploring your career options. What inspired you to become a skin specialist? Was this your earliest or childhood ambition?
My earliest childhood ambition actually was to become a cardiologist, a heart specialist.
Wow.
But while I was in UK, I played a lot of badminton and happened to play with one of a professor in cardiology from Hong Kong. He was in UK at the moment and we were very good friends. And he looked at me and say, I think skin specialist is better. Easier life, good income, good demand, happy job. He told me cardiology actually very stressful, and if you like to play a lot of badminton, you can't be tied up with a lot of on-call nights and so on, emergencies. So I took his advice, and his one word changed my whole life. And I happened to meet him. He came back. He came to see me in Malaysia 30 years later. I said, your one word changed my whole life. Not only my whole life, or everyone around me, because we have a few hundred staffs. They all changed. They all work for me because I become a dermatologist. Because of him, I switched to dermatology at that time. That was in the year of actually 1990. So 31 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've never looked back since. And I have no regret going into dermatology.
Well, that's a big difference from cardiology to dermatology.
Very big difference. Before that, as you know, dealing with heart disease is life and death. You know, you feel quite glamorous, dealing with life and death. You feel very important. When I first switched to dermatology, that time it's all about itchiness, allergy. So something very trivial. Actually, I think quite a lot of doctors also, they look down a bit on dermatology. Well, it's all very trivial thing. You don't feel so important. I did feel that initially and ask myself, what am I going to? Something very trivial. But looking back now, dermatology is such a big thing. Beauty, wellness, anti-aging, the demand is so huge. It's become a very important specialty, and the number of allergy, skin diseases have gone up so much because our environment, pollution everywhere, chemicals, food. So the number of people with eczema, allergy is going up every year, a lot, even like 10% a year going up.
It's increasing every year.
Increasing every year. So it's a very important specialty now. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Ko has been successfully grown in markets over the past 24 years. How do you strengthen your brand?
Well, we respond to demand very seriously customer come to us with various problem, and when they went everywhere, they were told, okay, this thing you have to accept. There's nothing can be done. There's no treatment that can solve your problem. And I like these sort of challenges. We never say no, and we always think very hard to solve problems which other doctors think cannot be solved or very difficult to treat, or you just have to accept. And because of this attitude of never give up, always think non-stop, right? As long as when I'm awake, I'll think of the problem. And over the years, we managed to solve a lot of these sort of cases, very, very difficult cases. And every time we solve the cases, we move one level up from our competitors. So we become better and better. And this sort of mentality and attitude has brought us great success over the years and made us different from others. I believe to be successful, you have to be different from others. If what you do, everyone also doing the same thing, you are no different. So it's not easy to be successful. You have to be different. And to be different, you have to innovate. You have to be innovative. Always think out of the box. Yeah.
I mean, innovation is actually quite important because a lot of people, day in, day out, they say they're very busy and never have time to look into innovation part.
Yeah.
That's where the business remain the same year after year.
Yes, correct. There's a saying for any business, Cantonese say, "Mày講冇得做." It's not say, this thing cannot do this business. It's you don't know how to do it. If you know how to do it, every business, you can be successful.
Agreed.
Yeah.
唔係講冇得做，係有時冇用腦去諗。
係你唔識做，唔識做。
Agreed.
Yeah.
Every businesses have its own challenges. What is the biggest challenge for you? In your business, and how do you overcome it?
Over the years, one of our challenges is we have doctors who come for 3 years, learn everything from you, take all your data away, and then open next door, or open across the road, or then take the whole team out. We do have challenges like that. Initially, it did make you feel, wow, why they do that? You teach them everything, not only not grateful to you, some more open next to you or across the road or what. But fortunately, every time this thing happen, we replace with a new doctor who is more dynamic, even more up to date. The business went up further, even double or triple. And actually, it turned out often to be a blessing in disguise. And that is one of the reasons over the years, every year we consistently grow by at least 15%. Even when there's whatever the financial disaster, whatever. And now every few years, 5 years, there'll be something happen across the world, market collapse. We were not affected. We were growing. I mean, even last year, 2020 pandemic, we still grow by 10%. And it was a very pleasant surprise to me. I actually expect our turnover to go down compared to 2019, but we didn't. We still grow by 10%. That really gave me a lot of confidence and comfort.
That's very good.
Yeah, so in a way, regarding challenges, I think our biggest enemy is we ourselves. We mustn't be complacent. We mustn't be too laid back. So the biggest challenges is to be continuously being innovative, being up to date being improving all the time and further away from our competitors, because this field is a very competitive field, more and more competitive. Everyone want to go into it. All the new doctors, everyone want to go into it. They feel, wow, it's a good field, good income and so on. So the number of doctors going in is a lot. And in 5-10 years time, it will be worse. So our job is to be super innovative, so that we can be set apart from others, doing things differently, more professionally, and doing a very good job.
Recently, this to off track a bit, I've Googled Dr. Cole, and I found somebody talk about it's the question they ask is Dr. Cole's expensive? Then this fellow answer is very expensive, but it's very effective. I mean, personally, to me, it's not so much about money first. It's rather, even though sometimes if somebody will charge you cheaper, but if it doesn't produce the result, I don't see the point.
Yes, correct. There's always a misconception that we are expensive, but when we actually look into it and compare with the market charges, all the treatment by competitors, we found that a lot of the time our treatment is cheaper than our competitors. But for some reason, there's always a misconception, maybe because we are so big, we are everywhere and quite high profile. But regarding treatment wise, say patient A come to me, the medicine I give, some are cheap, some are expensive, some are very good treatment. So as a doctor, you got a few options. I can give cheap medicine and charge very cheap, or I can give best medicine with the best result, best safety. So what do I do? I mean, as a specialist, do I give you the best treatment, or I can give you the cheapest treatment and you are happy and probably have more profit because my cost is lower. But for me, normally what I do is I'll tell the patient, I have this treatment, this treatment, how much. I tell them, the choice is yours.
Okay.
Depending on your budget. So some patient will say, oh, okay, my budget is 200. Some will say, oh, my budget is 300 plus. Or some say, I just want the best. So I give them the choice.
Good.
I give them the choice. Yeah.
Very good. At least they are not forced to pick up something.
Yeah, they are not forced to pick up. Yeah.
I understand that you have more than 30 outlets in Malaysia and Indonesia. Wow, I mean, it's actually quite a big thing. And I wonder, how do you actually
When it first happened in March, suddenly there's an announcement of lockdown. That time we lost 5 million ringgit every month. We asked ourselves, why work so hard? Why work so long hours? You work shorter hour, income still going up, still very good, even better than before. And maybe eventually we may have Melbourne, London. The white doctor there, they may not know the Asian skin so well. I think there's a market for us. And also we are going for public listing in 2 to 3 years time.